Hi there, I'm Dr. Loralyn Mears, and I'm going to be delivering a workshop on how to podcast. This isn't just about, how do you make a recording and make it interesting and release it and share it with everybody on social media. This is an exercise that's aimed to teach your child how to improve their communication skills, as well as how to boost their confidence. On the communication side, podcasting actually involves quite a bit of writing and planning, as well as creativity to try to create interesting podcast covers and thumbnails and artwork that you need to be able to promote it once you've completed the podcast. Plus, there's the obvious oral presentation piece where you need to communicate your ideas clearly. And because it's usually a podcast format where there is a guest and there is a host, there needs to be a dialogue between the guest and the host that offers opportunities to pose interesting questions and also to be able to help the guest along so that the answers coming out are directed specifically toward the audience that we're trying to reach. In addition to all of those pieces, there's a number of other aspects of podcasting that I'd like to teach your child. These include: how do you find the right podcast? What's the theme? What does the competition look like? How do you do a search? How do you design a podcast that's going to be interesting? What do you do once you've found a good name for it? How do you create a brand and a cover image? Well, what do you do once you've recorded the content? And what goes into planning for a recording? How do you reach out to new guests? How do you try to pitch your podcast so that people want to come onto your show? And then, of course, once you've done the recording, all of the production. How do you add interesting sound effects? How do you find a novel jingle or opening line that isn't copyrighted and protected that you can legally use for the purpose of your podcast? This isn't like TikTok. You just can't grab a song and use it. In a podcast, lots of different rules apply, and we're going to learn about those as well. Finally, once you've produced your podcast, how do you market it? How do you get people out there to listen to it and to rate your show? And what kinds of things do you want to talk about? The whole goal we're working towards here is that New York Times is doing a podcast contest April 8th to May 18th. And we very much want your child to be prepared for that, to have an entry that they can submit. And if they need a little extra time, we can do some one-on-one coaching. So hope to see your child soon in our podcasting workshop.